What up with YouTube? Welcome back to another YouTube video. So say man, I'm tired of this busted ass haircut I had got. So I'm gonna go find another barber, praying that it don't be busted again. Then we got apartment tour. The apartment tour is a little in less than 2 hours, so we may miss that one again, but I'ma still pull up today because I gotta move. But I don't like how I said it. That sounds like it's a bad thing. I gotta move by September, so yeah, I'm gonna see y'all in a minute. I need a haircut. I can't do this no longer. Now see, look, this is my fucking problem. You see how he cooked on the beard? Look at the lineup. Average. Whatever. We going back to that. I can't deal with this shit. I give it up way, my barber's in Atlanta give it up way more than this. This shit cool. This shit is cool. I'm so motherfucking bad, bro. Like, for real, like, what's up with the barbers? Like, god damn, I get a natural motherfucking fade, but if you ain't, like, fucking put them clippers to work, like, I remember back in the day, nigga, clippers used to be biting. We had to tell the barber, hey, stop this shit biting, like, you don't feel none of that shit no more. Either they use hella black spray, all that trying, hold up. Either they use either they using hella black spray or they don't know what the fuck they doing. I'm over it. This is barber number 3 in New York that'll fuck my shit up. Y'all ready? I hope y'all ready, cause I'm ready. I just got done watching Caresha, please. We about to chat. I'm about to go to the deli, give me something to mix my drink with so we can pull up and sip and talk. I'll see y'all in a minute. So, I guess I'm gonna just deal with the haircut for now. I ain't really got a choice. Tomorrow is the day. Beyond the Fences is a little drink, cause we about to get into some shit, y'all. Beyond the Fences is back. I don't know what that noise is. I know I'm not in Atlanta, so I'm not in Gotti Chamber, so I excuse the noise, excuse the ghetto setup, but I'm just closing out this vlog. So today didn't really go as planned. I again missed the apartment tour, so that didn't work out. But I don't know. I just I feel like once I get a vibe about something and it don't seem right, then it's a reason probably for me not to go or not to do it or move or get it. So the vibe today when I called them, like the company said that it was in Jersey City, which Jersey City is across the bridge. It's not too far from New York. So I don't really have a problem living in Jersey, but we already been through this. So they vibes was just off, and then I felt like they was lying about the location. Then they like tried to switch me last minute to the Manhattan office, which that's what I originally wanted. But it was just a whole nother thing in itself. But we ain't here to talk about that, man. We back. We closing out the vlog. And the Caresha Please episode just dropped. It's like a intro to her season 2. And I'm so glad this dropped because I'm going back to podcasting tomorrow. And I just felt like I needed that one content to get me thrown back into the game and get me like back into the groove. And I feel like this here definitely did what it needed to do. Shout out to Revolt TV. But without further ado, we're gonna get into the interview. So it's about a 30 to 40 minute interview. And Santana, as y'all can see, is hosting the interview. Here's my thoughts and reviews on it. That tastes really good. It tastes like a French 75. I got some gin and a little cranberry. That tastes similar to a French 75. Oh. The interview opened up. Get straight to the shit. Get straight to the point. I don't feel like there were any gaps. They didn't waste any time getting into any of the drama that's been going on in the media. Everything from Diddy to JT with City Girls in this whole Young Miami, I felt like, they jumped right into it. And I got a lot of different, I got a different insight, but now I'm still between the two because it's like, and I don't feel like we need to be divided in between Caresha or JT at this point, but because if you've seen this interview right here on my YouTube channel, if you have not seen that, exit out this video, go click on this video, go watch it, because I gave you guys an updated opinion on it and how I felt, what was kind of going on with them just at the top of the year. And now this is out. So I like that, they had Santana hosting it with her. Having Santana hosted was probably the most comfortable thing to do for Caresha because it had somebody to ask those questions and it was on her own platform, so to speak. So she didn't have to go to a Breakfast Club or, anything like that where it would have been done. Well, I'm not gonna say Breakfast Club or any other outlet would have did it in a messy form, but she had control. So I'm sure she was able to preview these questions. She knew how to prepare for answers. She knew how to answer certain things, and she knew what her response would be, and what to be prepared for. So let's just break down the interview. So it started out with, ultimately, I'm not gonna go in order, but ultimately it started out, well, let's just start with the whole JT piece. Let's break that down because that's the most important piece. Young Miami is one half of what used to be the City Girls. City Girls came out at a pivotal time in hip hop. When they came out, it was something different. Nobody was doing it. Not Nicki, not Cardi, not Remy, not anybody that was out was doing it. They kind of brought back a fling of a Lil' Kim, a Trina mix. Like, they kind of came on some Miami City Girl shit. They were rapping about certain things. They came out running. JT, unfortunately, as we all know, went to prison. Young Miami continued the legacy on, toured and everything, pregnant and all, as she stated in this episode. And, once JT got out, it was around COVID time, as JT has said on her behalf, because I'm not just gonna be as so biased as the Caresha please of it all, because I'm also a fan of JT, and I've watched this rollout that JT just had with her mixtape, and I haven't been able to give a proper review on that. So this is gonna be a Young Miami, Caresha please, also a JT City Cinderella thing. So, JT went to prison, she got out. I feel like when she got out, her situation stands, as she said in her documentary, they couldn't really release music. She was in a halfway house, all these things. And I think City Girls' momentum of the height that they went kind of died down. Now, why? I stated my opinions in the last video. I said they don't have management, like as they stated on the Breakfast Club, all these things when they were promoting the last album, Raw. So I stated all these things that I felt were, issues that were going to lead to be potentially issues, but I thought that they would work it out. Honestly, watching the interview on the Breakfast Club when they was last together, the chemistry was way off. And that's a point that Santana brought up today. Shout out to Santana too. A lot of people give Santana flack because he's a flamboyant gay guy, but Santana is a great person. Y'all know I fuck with anybody, Tranny all the way to Danny. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you look like. Just respect me, I'ma respect you. So I met Santana actually a couple times. One time, very formal, where we kind of spoke, exchanged, and was following each other on social media at one point. I think he lost his social media or whatever the case was. I don't really know. But shout out to Santana, he's a Libra. A lot of opinions on him and about how he was involved in the beef, but we're gonna get to that. Let me cook. So, I just feel like that interview on the Breakfast Club kind of was already showing a rift, and Santana brought that up. So, fast forward, let's just go down the timeline of it all, because it's not really, I'm not here to give you a recap on the interview. I'm here to give you from my standpoint, what has taken place and just how it has unraveled and how you can kind of take the two if you've been watching both rollouts. And I think that it's very important that Caresha came out and now her piece is coming out. And I don't know, let's slow down. All right, so you saw the riff in the Breakfast Club interview, right? And JT did say that she was gonna be working on solo music. This was before all of the remixes, the Super Freaky Girl with Nicki, all of this stuff. This is before all of that. So we knew that JT had music coming. So fast forward, you know, they're still promoting the album. We're thinking they're gonna be As the City Girls, but now to come out, as Caresha said, and I feel like Caresha gave a little bit more insight than JT been giving her interviews, but I know I get why JT has been promoting City Cinderella. So she ain't really been focused on this standpoint, or was able to, I don't even think was able to, but wanted to answer certain things. And I can tell that JT, I know she's been going to media training, but I can also tell that she has somebody smart with her, or whether it's her or her publicist is probably telling interviewers, don't ask about this, don't ask about that, because none of her interviews that she's been doing has been about Nicki. It hasn't been nothing about Caresha. It's been no drama-filled questions like I thought her rollout for her mixtape would have been, despite whatever alleged issues are going on with her and Nicki, which is a whole nother situation that I don't even care to go to right now, but we still got to get to that soon and very soon. But I just think that, you know, this particular interview just put everything into perspective, and we're going to dive right into it. So when it comes to the City Cinderella piece of it all, JT put out a great mixtape. Young Miami was not featured on it. She did shout out on one of the songs. But back on the Caresha Please side, shout out to JT and, you know, everything that she's doing. I hope that project continues to grow. It's a great project. You should check it out. Back to Young Miami. Young Miami said she didn't even know that, you know, JT was working on her own project beforehand. So this was news to Caresha. I don't know if the label, you know, see more in JT, or if they, I don't know what that is. I don't know if JT have her own situation going on, because Young Miami revealed that she's having to pay for her own studio time. She has a project ready. She has a single ready, but she cannot put that out because the label feel like she hasn't grown. Now, I don't know about the stuff that she's been funding, like the project and the single that she said is ready. Maybe she can release that on her own, but from my understanding, City Cinderella is released under QC. So I don't know where the disconnect is between the two. I don't know if it's in some sort of agreement that, you know, we was gonna let JT take it this year. Caresha, you can drop this following year, and maybe Caresha just ready. I don't know. All this is alleged, but just based off of what I just watched, it shows and it seems that Caresha was blindsided in a way by the whole City Cinderella project, and it's kind of like leaning towards a lot of the shit that Twitter has been saying with them, and also shit surrounding JT and other females, which I don't really want to force myself to believe, just because, you know, it's always three sides to every story. It's, in this case, JT, Caresha, and the truth. So everybody's here to tell their truth and their part in it. So it kind of like fuels a little bit of the shit that's been going on Twitter surrounding JT. But also, JT has always stood out and said that she's always wanted to do music. She's always, you know, been interested in this as a kid. Caresha, I don't think, was that person, and she's made that known. If you follow the City Girls, and I only know this because, again, I have to stay up to date on these interviews. I have to know what's going on. I have to know my facts on these artists. So I know for a fact that Caresha was called by JT to come get on Fuck That Nigga, the remix they did of Kaya's song. And she wasn't even, like she said, she didn't take it serious. She wasn't a rapper. So we don't know what kind of agreement or arrangement JT has already had with the label. So I cannot go into Twitter, is right, JT is trading, We cannot go into that. But what I can say is, and like I said, I feel like Caresha was blindsided by the project. She went further to mention the Super Freaky Girl song, which caused a lot of commotion. She didn't just bring it up. So before Barb's take that little clip, because I know how social media do, she didn't just come out and name drop Nicki for views, like y'all gonna try to say. She literally brought up the fact that JT and Cardi were going back and forth on the tweets, because Santana was a great anchor. And it's kind of all over the place, but I'm trying to fill y'all in by giving my review too, so I kind of got to bounce back and forth. Santana was a good anchor of this because he asked what needs to be asked, but I also feel like this was damage control from the network, but we'll get there. So, he brought up that, Young Miami, JT said that she always felt like, she was throwing a rock out in her hands and she would be missing when it's time to stand up for her. Because this particular time, JT was on Twitter going in. Her and Cardi was having their arguments and their things going on. And basically, Young Miami woke up and was like, I was asleep in the midst of their tweets or whatever. But Young Miami said she went and saw what the tweets was about when she got caught up, and it was about Super Freaky Girl. And again, Young Miami said she felt like she got left off Bad and Bougie. She said the queen, quote, didn't call me to be on Super Freaky Girl. Now, we all know Nicki is very particular and funny. Maybe she felt like, Caresha had already picked a side up. The same grace JT had, the same grace Nicki gave JT is the same grace that Nicki should have had for Caresha, so there shouldn't be no issues. And last I checked, there wasn't no issues. They had that little conversation back and forth on Twitter about her calling Diddy or something when Caresha was on Caresha Please Season 1 saying, get into some things. Nicki made a joke like, oh, that's my slang or whatever. They was doing a little funny back and forth. Yeah, it seemed like Caresha was coming off a little high strong, but from my understanding, they haven't had any issues. So as to why she wasn't on Super Freaky Girl remix, I don't know. Maybe Nicki felt like she already picked a side or attitude, and I hope Nicki don't come out and take it the wrong way, or because she wasn't trying to be funny by any means. She was just like, that was something else that I did not know that my group member was a part of, and I feel like as a group unit, we should be on the same page just as well as she should have known that, JT was already working on a project when they was promoting that album, their last album that didn't do anything. So she felt like, people were saying that, she was just focused on the relationship that she was in. And it was just a lot. And so I think that is the determining factor for the dissolve of the City Girls aspect of Caresha. So now moving forward on to other things that they discussed, it was, of course, the Diddy of it all. And this is going to come back to why I said I feel like, the network did damage control, because it was like a 30 to 40 minute interview. And it was pretty much primarily focused on the key points and the key things that have been going on that we've all knew that they were going to talk about. Excuse me. It wasn't anything surprising that they addressed in this interview. It's like the network maybe have said like, okay, let's make sure that you say, you address this point, or that point. Now, this is just me speaking. This is not a proven fact. I cannot prove that this has happened, but this is just my theory. It seems like the network was doing damage control because of the partnership that they used to have with Diddy. Now, look, Revolt, I love Revolt TV. I went to Revolt World. Y'all were down the street from my house. I would love to work with Revolt, but I'm honestly and only stating my opinion and how I feel in this situation. I feel like it was damage control from the network because, like I said, immediately, starting to the interview, it was boom, 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 boom. So, because of the partnership with Diddy, I'm so glad that Young Miami did what she did on her own, and more episodes than just the one episode with Diddy, that she was able to solidify herself, and now she's back for season 2. But I do feel like, they wanted to clear up anything with the Diddy of it all, and I like that Young Miami in no means bad mouth jumped on a bandwagon or did anything or said anything negative about Diddy. And honestly, it's not even that she needed to say anything negative. She didn't have anything negative to say. She spoke about what it was like being in a relationship with Diddy. I feel like now everybody wants to jump on this bandwagon to let me say this about Diddy. Let me do this about Diddy. Let me say he did this. Let me get my Me Too moment. No, it's not about that. Because like she said, she met him in the love era when y'all was celebrating him. Before the mayor called and asked back for his keys to the city of New York. Before he was getting all these awards and then, the face of the award shows because he's getting I'm the Icon Award and this and that. It was okay. These allegations about Diddy, I have been hearing for years. But all it takes is that one to be picked up and people to run with it. Not saying anything Diddy did was right. Or anything alleged that Diddy did was right. Because the video that they put out with Cassie, absolutely disturbing. But he owned up to it. He said he went to therapy. He was trying to be a better person. He was trying to move on with his life. Does that change it? No. Does that change all of the allegations that people have put out since the 90s? Whether we know that it's true or not? No. But I like the fact that she had grace and she straight up gave what her side of the story was when she was in a relationship with Diddy, and they left it at that. They didn't go to any, well, did he do this or did he do? Santana asked the very surface questions of, was it abusive? She straight up said, I was in 2 abusive relationships before, and I said I would never do it again. So that's pretty much letting y'all know she didn't deal with any of that. And I think that we have to accept that people change. Y'all said the light just went out. We have to respect that people change and people grow. I just think that I don't like the way the whole thing went down with Diddy. I don't, because it shows how, you know, 1 minute you could be up, next minute you could be down, and then everybody just shitting on you. And I do think she was the butt end of the joke because she was in a relationship with him at the time. But I just hope that this new era for her, you know, is very prosperous, and I'm sure it is, because Caresha have a lot of fans. People love Caresha. I want to be completely honest, Caresha was the fan favorite out of the group. A lot of people didn't understand JT's personality, which she's a Sagittarius. They're pretty tough. But I just think that, you know, she was the fan favorite. So her lives that her and this one right here used to do, I think that's all y'all, that's how y'all came to know him. Not saying that's his claim to fame. He you know, put out songs and have done pretty well for himself, numbers wise and just notoriety. So I just think that we get lost, and she got lost, as I said in that video at the top of the year, and the industry part, and like she said, the comments from Twitter and people opinions, and she just got to get back to her. And I hope that that's to come for her in this new era. As far as her music, I think that Caresha has her own lane of music, kind of like Sweetie, like Lotto's. Like Lotto has an album dropping tonight. Maya the Don, who else? Flo Milli. I think, and this is no sight, or this is no diss or no backhanded compliment, but all of those females have their own lane of fans. Everybody's not meant to be that superstar. These women are still dropping projects, not to say that they can't get to that status, especially the Lottos of the world, because she's very fucking talented. But they have their own lane of fans. I've said this before, it's a lot of people that have came out, but nobody have gave us, or they haven't put that energy out there as to be that superstar status as Nicki, like everybody's still trying to get to. Because Nicki's still at the top spot. Yes, y'all females are out, but nobody has came and did what Nicki did. And until that happens, she's going to remain at that top spot. So I think that Young Miami has her fans just as well as JT just went out on the road and built the fan base. So I think not giving her a chance and telling her that her music hasn't evolved is a little upsetting. I don't know what the budget is over at QC, because they at one point had a lot of people signed. So I don't know if that has things to do with it, or, you know, simply they just feel like she don't have it. But I think Caresha make fun music, and I think Caresha should have the same chance and opportunity as JT because they were in a group together. I don't feel like she should be slighted in any way. Give her the opportunity. She flopped, it flops, and shelled it. Never let, you know, let her go into this lane, and the Risha Roulette lane, because she's redropping her card game. You know, let her stay in that avenue, but I think she should be given a fair chance just as well as JT's given a chance. Because if we're talking about numbers, JT project didn't do as well as numbers, but the quality of music is there. So, again, I just feel like this was a damage control interview to like clear up everything so that when people come on her show or she go on other shows, she don't have to really talk about these things no more. And I like the angle that they took And I just want to say again, I already told y'all, I had a newfound respect for the city girls in that last video. I told y'all that. I'm keep referencing that because I spoke about half of these things that they're now talking about. I pretty much foreshadowed half of these things. So pretty much, I just hope that she can continue to rise. I think she has something great with here. She had people tuned in. Hell, I was tuned in at 8 o'clock to watch it. She had the internet uproar when she put out that it was coming out. Now, shout out to Santana, but I don't want every episode to be like Santana, because this is why I got to ride with JT from them Twitter tweets. It's like the sidekick. Like, this was cool because this is probably your place of comfort, but you've proven that you can hold your own. Now, I know that he said he was supposed to be a co-host, so I don't know this them ushering him in, for season 2, but I think Caresha has proven that she can, hold her own. So I don't think she need Santana. And Santana got his own stuff going on. He was just on College Hill. And I that's another thing. I like the relationship that him and Nick grew on College Hill, and Carlos, everybody in the house. Great season on BT Plus. If y'all want to go see that. But I just don't think she's going to need anybody else. And I hope that she can be able to, take this to the next level. And I really see it for Young Miami. And shit, wish JT the best too. Like, I don't know why we have to pit people against each other, especially not somebody just came out of the group. And I just hate that they let the industry get into their shit, and hopefully it'll work out. Like she said that they're cool, but shit ain't all good, and that's just that. But they cool, so hopefully they can work all that out. But I just had to come through and do a quick review on this because I'm like, damn. I was surprised at some of the stuff. Like the not knowing that JT had the album, the project coming out, or she was working on it. And I wasn't really surprised, and where her not being on Super Freaky Girl just hints the relationships and the way things were before Nicki and JT patched up whatever they had going on from the past when JT did this song or whatever. I just think Young Miami just was always removed from that situation. And I think it stemmed from an interview on the Breakfast Club prior to the last one, years ago, when she said that she was, Team Cardi. So I think that kind of probably put the icing in the sand for Nicki. So I don't know why she would have expected Nicki to call her for the Super Freaky Girl remix. And, she made statements like that. When asked, whatever, she was like, I'm Team Cardi, I'm around for Cardi, blah, blah, blah. So her being surprised she loved a Super Freaky Girl, I don't even know why you thought that would have been a thing, but maybe they all made up. Which, damn. That means, yes, they made up. I guess they made peace when Nicki and JT made peace. Well, who knows? Nicki could be future. Yo, Miami project, shit, we never know. But, man, I just want to say, shout out to Yo Miami. We're going to wish y'all a prosperous season 2. Now, back to the gritty of it. We on the way to Charlotte in the morning. Prayers up that the weather holds off and your boy Gotti can get on a flight. It has been too long. And we need to be back. Like, me sitting here doing this was fun. Like, I feel like I'm gonna get my feet wet again. It got me back. I did this without notes. I didn't have no key points. I watched it. Can't get y'all a raw, honest review. And yeah, so until the next video, it's your boy Gotti. You already know what to do. Wait, pause. I was looking at my YouTube like less than, before this dropped, I've been in the house chilling all day, just getting some rest after the tobacco with the apartment and all of that, in the rain. It was raining here and all that stuff, so I'm saying I hope the weather hold out tomorrow. But I was on my YouTube, man, and I need y'all to go down my YouTube scroll from the past 7 months and catch up on a video. Like, do me a favor. If you rock with me and you at this point of the video, when you leave this video, if you can't do it tonight, if you can't do it whenever you see this, save it for later. Go find you one video from my set of videos and watch it later. And just give me that. Make sure you subscribe. Smash that bell button. Tell a brother, tell a sister, tell a mother, tell a cousin, tell a auntie. Tune into your boy Gotti each and every day for this 10-day streak. I took some time off to focus on some things and get some stuff together. You know, go chase a bag. And I'm just ready to get back in the groove of things. Like, just watching my old stuff, just kind of like, bro, you got that shit. Like, you just gotta keep going and you just gotta believe in yourself. Like, you can't overthink shit. Regardless if you like the footage, you never know who may catch it or what they may feel or what their opinions may be on it. Because we oftentimes shit on our own work when it's people that don't even know where to formulate or start. So the fact that we're all on our journey and all on our path, keep going. Just start. Just go. And this, I promise myself this round, I'm gonna keep going. You know, if things come up, I'ma still try to get it out. Still try to make it happen. But until the next video, it's your boy Gotti. I'm logging out. I'ma see y'all in the morning for the next vlog. Until then, we are.